Some people think that woke is dead, but what happens when a woman dies so hard that she becomes woker than anyone else? Back in 1776. That's right, we're covering non-binary history from 250 years ago that involved the founding fathers. You're not gonna get this from the United States government. They've literally banned it. Today on
Too many tabs. Remember to smile.
Welcome to Too Many Tabs, a podcast where a husband and wife duo sit next to each other at a table. And this is the table, this is the wife, I'm the husband, and this is the episode. And I've been told that today, this is a very special episode.
It is very special because we're taking suggestions today.
We took a suggestion?
That's right.
From where?
On our Patreon.
Our Patreon?
Every once in a while, I put up a Google Doc.
You do?
And I take suggestions from our Patreon on what they want to hear us talk about.
Over at pearlmania500.net.
Yes, that's right.
Oh.
And so I did a big Patreon poll and I said, what do you guys want to hear me talk about?
Okay.
And somebody suggested the public universal friend.
The public universal friend.
Yes.
That is a very crazy name.
Yeah, listen, I know, and we're going to get into how this name came about. But basically, they're a Quaker gone rogue.
Rogue Quaker?
Rogue Quaker. We love a rogue Quaker.
We do love a rogue Quaker, but a rogue Quaker can go one of two directions.
Okay.
One is amazing, which
Yeah.
is Benjamin Lay, a dwarf that lived in a cave that was an abolitionist in the mid-1700s who used to stab a Bible full of blood to scare people like
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin
Yeah.
to becoming against slavery.
Yeah.
And the other side is Richard Nixon.
Oh, gross.
Richard Nixon is also a rogue Quaker. A lot of people forget that. We've had two Quaker presidents,
Yeah.
both of them horrific for America and the world.
Yeah. We like the kind in the cave. We like the
We
cave
like
kind.
a cave Quaker. Give us a cave Quaker. Is this more along the line of a cave Quaker
Yes,
story?
but no caves.
No caves.
No caves.
Okay.
So here's the episode, right? The public universal friend is one person.
Okay.
And we're going to be discussing them in the historical context of the 1700s. So things are not going to be as accurate as they would be today in 2026 with our language. And I want to kind of give some buffer room.
I'm noticing you're using specific pronouns.
Yes. So the public universal friend is the first non-binary person recorded by historians in the original 13 American colonies / states.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
So this is the way historians were looking at it, when they're discussing it. Obviously, when it comes to Native Americans, indigenous people, two spirits, and the history and cultures of those, and that were already here,
Yes.
they're not being considered for this in that same way
Exactly.
as this, I'm assuming, white person that's living in a colony on the eastern seaboard of the United States?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, of the now United States.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, let's start in the beginning.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. But before we start real
Yeah.
fast, we have an announcement.
What is it?
Because we've been saying it on the Patreon. We've been saying it on the audio-only portions of this podcast.
Yeah.
We haven't said it on video.
Oh, really?
Because this episode is being dropped on June 7th, but next weekend,
next weekend.
June 14th, you're doing your first live event
I'm going to be at my first live event.
in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Is it Lancaster or Lancaster? Let me know in the comments.
It's Lancaster.
I get it wrong every time.
But you're going to be in Lancaster at...
Pocket Books. Okay, no, I'm not going to be at Pocket Books.
Okay.
Bookstore. They actually rented out a venue called the Inn at Leola Village, and I'm going to be part of it, doing a big horror wedding theme event.
Ooh.
And so basically everyone's coming dressed up. There's going to be a 3-course dinner and then a literary salon where authors of 4 different horror books are going to sit with me, yours truly, who's going to be the host of the literary salon. And we're going to discuss horror books. And the whole central theme is wedding. So if you want to come dressed as a wedding guest, or a bride,
Or a zombie.
a groom, or a zombie bridegroom, whatever you want.
What about a Dracula?
Is it wedding themed?
Yeah, Wedding Dracula.
Wedding Dracula?
Wedding Dracula.
You're not invited.
I am not going to be there because it's
No.
your event.
Yes.
It's Mrs. P's first ever live event. She's doing this, and I think isn't one of the authors is one of the books that we covered on the Story Report.
Yes, Rachel Harrison from the Story Report episode called Black Sheep is going to be there because she is putting out a new book called Kiss, Slay, Repeat, I believe. And it's a wedding-themed horror book.
But real fast. Well, I just want to tell everyone here, go down to the link in the description below. You can find out more information about that. But we just kept forgetting to cover it. And so I was like, oh, that's next week. We need to tell people. It's next week. It's next week. So if you can't make it, we'll have a new episode of Too Many Tabs. But with that being said, now we've teased you. We've given you a little taste of everything. We've been there. Tell me, Mrs. P, about the public universal friend, America's historically recorded first non-binary person with addendums and asterisks.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So Jemima Wilkinson was born and assigned female at birth.
Okay.
November 29th, 1752.
1752. Okay. So there's no overlap with Benjamin Lay.
No, I did check. I was like, I wonder if the public universal friend ever met Benjamin Lay. And once you learn more about them, you're going to be like, that would have been the craziest meeting.
It would have been the craziest crossover.
But actually, Jemima was born about 4 or 5 years right before Benjamin Lay passes away. So their timelines never
They don't have an intersect. Okay.
Yeah. So Rhode Island, Jemima was the 8th child of Amy and Jeremiah Wilkinson.
Okay. They had a lot of kids back in those days.
A lot of kids. You got to get the numbers up.
You got to get the numbers up because you're losing them all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just losing them all the time. Back in those days, tiny casket sales were up. But don't worry, RFK's bringing that back. Here's a video of him fighting snakes.
No, don't.
I'm putting RFK fighting snakes right behind us.
Why would he be here?
Because why not? It's this show. It's our show.
Yeah, we can do what we want.
All right.
Jemima Wilkinson, Jeremiah, so the dad. Jeremiah Wilkinson was a cousin of Stephen Hopkins, the colony's longtime governor and signer of the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, okay.
So important.
So there's crossover there.
Little crossover.
Okay, got it.
Their family participated in traditional worship with the Society of Friends, the Quakers, at the Smithfield Meeting House.
Got it.
So they're a Quaker family.
You know what's funny? It's like the way the Quakers speak already is like a little non-binary because they're always like, we're friends. Like this thing.
Welcome, friend.
Welcome, friend. It's like it already has like that like gender inclusive language. So that's kind of interesting to be there in the first place.
Jemima's mother, Amy, dies when she was 12 or 13ish in 1764.
The mom wasn't 12.
No.
When
Jemima was 12.
Okay.
Their mom passed away when they were like 12 because they had given birth to the 12th child.
Yeah. That happened a lot too back then.
It's the same thing. It's like because you have to have maternal care because maternal mortality rates also uptick. Yikes.
We're bringing that back too.
No, we don't want to bring it back.
No, I didn't say we want to. I just said we as in the American.
Okay, so Jemima Wilkinson was described as having fine black hair and dark eyes.
Okay.
And from an early age was strong and athletic and became an adept equestrian as a child.
Okay.
Horse girl.
So, but real fast though, dark hair, dark eyes, strong, athletic, rode horses. We just found the 1760s Hassan Piker. Put up a picture of Hassan Piker on a horse.
No.
Yep, there it is. That's a young Hassan Piker riding a horse. I don't know.
Why is Hassan here?
Because it's fun.
Are you just going to throw as many things at the walls
because
you can?
Listen, I need to throw things at this for SEO so that way the algorithm robots will grab random names.
Yeah, you're right.
Because when we're talking about
the public universal friend.
Yeah, from 1760 or whatever. Like it's I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah.
This is an interesting story for a very small niche of people. This is not going to reach deep.
Summer House. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Oh, my God. Hold on. Real sad. What would Candace Owens think about this? There we go.
Okay.
We don't want to know.
We don't want to know.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Let's see. The little else is reliably known about Wilkinson's childhood. Some early accounts describe Wilkinson as being fond of fine clothing and averse to labor, but there is no evidence of this, and some scholars consider it doubtful, and that it may have been invented to fit a then common narrative that people who experience dramatic religious awakenings were formerly lazy sinners.
Oh.
Okay, so you can see where it's going.
This is also a thing, though. This is also a thing. I was actually recently learning about like different like gods from like pre-Muslim tradition, and the difference that we have in a lot of these areas, especially when it comes to historical record. Most historical record is about rich men.
Yeah.
And so women are always forgotten, commoners are always forgotten, and that was what was interesting when I was learning about this, because they were talking about these gods that were being directly prayed to by like shepherds versus stuff being written by priests because of the way that this society works. But in this case, there probably isn't much matter, because they were just like, oh yeah, the horse girl?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a horse girl. That was what they had back then.
She was 8 of 12 kids.
Yes.
In a small Quaker town.
In Rhode Island.
In Rhode Island.
I want you to think real fast. What do you know about anyone from Rhode Island? Rhode Island has 2 senators. Name one of them. You can't. They've been a senator for a while probably too. You have no information. Where is Rhode Island? Exactly. Is it real? It has more counties than Delaware. That's a fact. You just got pearled.
In the mid-1770s, Wilkinson began attending meetings with the New Light Baptists, who had formed as part of the Great Awakening and emphasized individual enlightenment, and then they stopped attending meetings at the Society of Friends. Okay, so they meet some Baptists, basically. And the Baptists are like, what about individual enlightenment? Because a lot of times, especially in Jewish culture, it's about our God. It's not about my personal relationship with God. It's more about our relationship with God.
And in Quakerism, too, it's about the community.
It's about the community as a whole.
Yeah.
But this New Light Baptist group was like, but what about your personal relationship with God and personal enlightenment, right?
Yeah.
And this is against the teachings of Quaker.
This is also the idea of the born again idea starts to pop up, and purity. And the Great Awakening is a very insane time in American history that has repercussions to today. But
this is not that episode.
It's not about that.
No. The Wilkinson ends up being disciplined for hanging out with the New Light Baptists in February of 1776.
To be fair, you should hit people for hanging out with Baptists sometimes. You gotta walk and be like, are you hanging out with Baptists? That's a Canaan.
Yeah, I don't think so, buddy.
Okay.
So in February 1776, they get disowned by the Smithfield Meeting Group.
Oh.
So they're like...
Their whole church is like, get out of here.
Go on out, get.
Go on, get.
Now,
Baptist lover.
Here's the thing. It wasn't just Jemima. Basically, their whole family starts getting dismissed from the Smithfield Meeting House for different reasons. Wilkinson's sister, Patience, was also dismissed around the same time for having an illegitimate child.
Oh.
And their brother, Stephen and Jephthah, had been dismissed by the society in May of 1776 for training for military service. Because again,
Quakers
it's 1776. The Quakers are not war people.
Yeah, Quakers are
pacifists.
They're pacifists. And they all usually are conscientious objectors. So if there's a draft, a lot of Quakers will go to war, but they'll usually be in medical or they'll be in the staff side.
Yeah.
Not holding a rifle is typically the go-to on that one. And so this is crazy.
Yeah.
It's also,
the whole family's literally kicking them out. They're like, the Wilkinsons,
This
man.
is literally 250 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
America 250, baby.
This is my America 250 episode here.
Look at that. We're bringing a lot of things together here in June of 2026.
Amid these family disturbances.
I do love that the entire family is getting canceled. The entire family is getting canceled.
Can you imagine being the one sister? Or
also
that's still
for weirdly,
going?
but also for weirdly being too woke for Quakers.
Yeah.
It's like wild. All right.
Amid these family disturbances and the broader ones of the American Revolutionary War, the Jemima's also dissatisfied with the New Light Baptists.
Okay.
And so they're really not hanging out with them either. They're having a real not a come to God moment, but like a real breakdown of their belief system. It's 1776.
Crisis of
America's
faith.
a world. Yeah, the crisis of faith.
Yeah.
But also a crisis of their American dream at that time.
And they're like what, like 25, 24?
Yeah,
Around
their
then?
sister is having this baby.
Yeah.
They're witnessing the misogyny of probably the man in this situation not being held at account, but the sister being kicked out of the church.
Yeah.
So there's all this stuff happening.
It's been about their mom died almost half their life ago.
Yeah.
So they're reaching the second half of their life now has been completely without their mom, which can affect people in different
absolutely.
ways. And there's the Great Awakening too is a big period of time where there's so much shuffling that's happening.
Yeah.
There's these churches used to be basically their own districts, and around the Great Awakening, you had traveling preachers who'd come through and just like talk shit on the local church, and then people like started schisms, and then like families would fight, and it went from like this period of relative calm to like a lot of turbulence.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have the American Revolution, which is like wild.
So in October of 1776, Wilkinson contracted an epidemic disease, most likely typhus, and was bedridden and near death with a high fever.
Okay. 250 years ago.
250 years ago.
Wow.
The family summoned a doctor from about 6 miles away, and neighbors and friends kept death watch at night. Okay? This is bad. This is very sick.
It's a very high fever.
So we have people literally watching all night to make sure that they don't die or that there is a witness if they do. Their fever does break after several days.
Okay.
Now, Jemima Wilkinson had died of this illness, according to Jemima.
Okay.
Okay?
She wakes up and was like, I was dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a break and see what happens after they die.
Get premium wireless for $15 a month with Mint Mobile. No gimmicks or gotchas. Just unlimited talk, text, and data with fast and reliable coverage, all on the nation's largest 5G network. Choose from a 3, 6, or 12-month plan and say goodbye to that pricey monthly phone bill. Bring your current phone and number over to Mint. No long-term contracts, no hassle. Mint makes it easy with a 7-day money-back guarantee. And not only do we use Mint, Mrs.
Yes,
B,
absolutely.
Our family uses Mint. Our friends use Mint.
Everybody we meet, we're like, are you using Mint Mobile when you call us?
Legit, people will be like, oh man, gas is so expensive. Food is so expensive. I'm like, but your phone doesn't have to be.
Exactly.
And they're like, are you pitching me an ad right now? And I go, yes, because Mint Mobile has been a sponsor of this podcast for a while now, and they've been a sponsor of us saving money. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/tabs. That's mintmobile.com/tabs. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/tabs. That's it. There's no catch. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3 months plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. So they died.
Yeah.
They had a fever. They died.
Yes.
Then they woke up.
Yeah. So they, according to Jemima, they died.
Okay.
Okay. When they died, they received revelations from God through two archangels who proclaimed that there was, quote, room in many mansions of eternal glory for thee and for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. So this is the opposite of usually how that goes. I just want to say that. Usually when people have near-death experiences, especially a fever, they end up like Caligula, the emperor of Rome, who just starts declaring themselves God and killing people.
Yeah.
This is a very different way.
No.
I think maybe that's what it is. When men have high fevers and nearly die, they come back and yell, I am an evil God.
But first they're super whiny while they're sick.
Very whiny.
I feel sick.
I have a cold.
It's everybody's problem.
It's a man cold.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So there's room.
room in many mansions of eternal glory for thee and everyone.
This is very different than Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yep.
Jehovah's
They
Witnesses
said
are
there's
like,
only
it's very
so much space, buddy.
Well, listen, it's a timeshare.
Yeah.
Heaven is a timeshare.
I don't know why they keep trying to get people to join the religion if they know there's only so much room.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's
Yeah.
I've thought about that a lot.
Yeah.
And I ask them when they knock on the door, and then they go, whoop, 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 they run away.
They're like, oh, maybe I'm just being sent here so that people will be mean to me, so I'll stay in my cult because I think it's dangerous outside.
That's Mormonism.
It's all of them.
Okay.
Okay, so accounts by the doctor and other witnesses state that the illness was real, but none of them say that Wilkinson's died a physical death.
Okay.
Okay.
I will say I've had a moment where I thought it felt like I was dying. I had food poisoning from a meatball in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it was when we were living in that really tiny house in Philly.
Yeah.
Remember our first one together?
Oh, the first one that doesn't even exist anymore.
It got torn down. It got torn down. But the bathroom there was so small, and my food poisoning was so bad that I was sitting on the toilet throwing up into the sink.
Yeah, because the sink touched your knees.
Yeah, it was so
small.
it was so close. And I remember resting my head on the sink, the coolness of the sink.
Yeah.
And I felt my body shut down. And with really old televisions, you could cut them off and you could actually watch the light kind of dissipate to this single dot that would blink out.
Yeah.
And I remember my consciousness going down to this single dot. But just so you know, it was a very hot day. I think it was like June or July.
It was. We didn't have air conditioning.
We didn't have air conditioning. The window was open, and we were next to this public park where these really jerk kids used to hang out. And they had a stack of speakers. And I'll never forget, it was the one kid, he was a bully. He was a bully kid. He would steal bicycles.
On his bike and be so mean to everybody.
He was mean to everybody, including us.
Adults.
Including us. I remember at one point he got into a fight with me, and I was like, your dad's name isn't even on your birth certificate. It's on your mom's neck, though. And then it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, I remember like I was dying and looking out the window, and he was circling his bicycle, and this big stack of speakers was playing a Bruno Mars song. It was like one of like the lovey ballads from like Bruno Mars.
Sure.
And I just remember like looking at that and just feeling like life slipping away, and just being like, I guess. And then in this moment, like it basically snuffed, and then there was an explosion, and it felt like the Big Bang. And I opened my eyes, and it was like I got to the other side of the food poisoning.
Yeah.
It was whatever that last bit of food poisoning it was out of me. I don't know which direction it went, all of them. But I went, oh, and I was fine then.
Yeah.
But that was that moment, and if this was the 1700s and I didn't know what food poisoning was,
Yeah.
or if this was a different period of my life, if I was in a cave, if I was in a cab, I would have 100% been like, I had a vision. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad, to quote Bruno Mars. That wasn't the song. It was it was the flower song.
The flower song?
I would have brought you flower. You know what I mean? It was that one. I'll never forget. He was this chubby little bully.
He was so mean.
He was so mean.
He'd ride around.
He always had
and
oversized
yell at our
shirts.
dog.
Yeah, he was just this like Irish white kid, and he was always sunburnt with a shaved head and like an oversized shirt. He was never indoors because he had a bad house. Like you look at him like, listen, I have empathy. I can tell nothing's going well for you. Why are you being a jerk to me? I'm walking the dog.
Just walking the dog.
And the dog had a cone on. It was a whole thing. The dog always had a cone on. I'm sorry. This is about a person in the 1700s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
they die in their mind.
They die non-physical death.
Okay.
Wilkinson stated that Jemima's soul had ascended to heaven and that the body had been reanimated with a new spirit charged by God with preaching his word, and that the quote public universal friend, that's describing the name of themselves now.
So they actually are trying to claim that they're stating that actually they are two spirits. They're saying that their actual original spirit up until that point is now in heaven.
Yep.
And they've been replaced by an angelic parasite.
The public universal friend.
Yes, got it. So the public universal friend now inhibits the body that was
once Jemima.
Jemima Wilkinson.
Yes.
Okay, got
the
it.
name referenced the designation of the Society of Friends used for members who traveled from community to preach. Those are the public friends. So in the society, we're friends, but if you start going and preaching, you're a public friend. You're of the public.
Oh,
so they are
okay.
the public universal friend.
And so this is actually a thing in Quakers, and this is part of like they've had some schisms over the years. Traditional Quakers, for those of you guys who don't know, they sit in a room of silence until someone feels the hand of God touch them and tell them to speak. That was the old idea.
Yeah.
And the Quaker name comes from them like literally shaking from being touched by the hand of God.
Yeah.
And then having to say what they need to say. And what they're saying is the word of God.
Yeah.
The public friends, you ended up having some meetings where everybody was boring.
Yeah.
Nobody had anything to say. So you end up having these people who are like, God has touched me in a way and told me that I have to go from meeting to meeting and spread this very specific message.
I've got charisma. You need this nerve and talent.
Yes, 100%. And so they become traveling. So what they are saying now is that they are the public universal friend. They're not just speaking at Quakers.
No, they're going everywhere.
They're going
baby.
everywhere.
Everywhere, baby.
We're breaking out. We're actually going to snap out of the algorithm.
Yeah.
We're not just going to be on beauty TikTok. We're going over here to sports TikTok.
Oh, that's a crazy crossover.
Get ready with me to become the public universal friend.
So from that moment on, the friend refused to answer to the name Jemima Wilkinson, ignoring and or chastising those who insisted on using it. They identified as neither male nor female. The friend asked to not to be referred to with gendered pronouns. Followers respected these wishes. They referred to them only as the public universal friend or short forms such as the friend or, my favorite, PUF, Puff.
I was going to say Puff. I was like, there's no way.
Puffy.
No, okay, maybe not Puffy.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not Puffy. Maybe not Puffy. Maybe not Puffy. Okay. That's
I just love in the UK isn't poof? Isn't that like a
No, don't do that. Don't go down that road.
Oh, it's not a thing.
No, that's a slur.
Oh, it's a slur.
That's in the UK. That's a slur for gay people.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So they go by puff or PUF.
Okay. I think they probably just went by PU. I think they would say PUF. I don't feel like.
You don't feel like they said puff?
Not in 1777.
Puff is so good, though.
Puff is good. Okay, stop saying Puff is so good, okay? We're in a time of context collapse.
Oh, okay.
Where the ditty of it all is right there. Did you not pick up what I was putting down, or was it too slippery from the baby oil?
Okay.
All right.
You stop it.
Okay.
Most people...
Gather yourself. Take a breath, because I threw a lot at you very fast. It was like a ditty party.
God damn it. What are you, Cat Williams?
Hey, no, I'm not that funny.
I know.
But I do hold a grudge.
So...
Fuck you, Kevin. Kevin Hart's a bitch. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so...
Unless he wants to give us money.
Well, okay, stop. You stop. So, most people avoided gender-specific pronouns when describing the public universal friend, even in private diaries. So there are historical records of people that were friends with the public universal friend who maintained their understanding of the way they wanted to be described, even in those private diaries.
Yes.
So,
because they viewed them as a person.
Yes.
And they were trying to be respectful.
Yes.
Because the whole thing with pronouns, the right and very specific content farms and content creators and literal psyops made it seem like non-binary terminology or pronouns in the bio was a way of control in a very conspiratorial time, especially around COVID. And the thing is somebody with a name that men and women have.
Yeah.
My first name is Alex. My full name is Alexander, but my first name is Alex. When I've had communications with people via email, they oftentimes thought they were talking to a woman because I was explained to me when dealing with men and women in the business world, and I think I've told this story before.
Maybe.
I would try to make sure that I had calmer language because you've dealt with me in text. You've also seen me write emails. And Mrs. P and some mentors I've had over the years were like, hey, just so you know, you write your emails a little bit too abrupt. To the point where they come off like you sound like an asshole.
Yeah.
So I added a little bit more flowery language. I added a couple more happy exclamation points and some emojis here and there.
Yeah.
And to some people, they then read that as, oh, I'm talking to Alex Perlman, the lady. And so then when I would answer the phone, I would go, hello? They were like, that's not what I was expecting at all. So for me, putting he, him pronouns in the bio, that would help some people for when they couldn't get the signifiers of a deeper voice or my love of Warhammer 40,000.
Wow.
So, I mean, those things come together. And then you go, all right, That guy, that's a very specific
When
guy.
someone asked if the friend was male or female, the preacher replied, quote, "I am that I am," saying the same thing to a man who criticized the friend's manner of dress. Adding, quote, "There is nothing indecent or improper in my dress or appearance. I am not accountable to mortals."
To mortals? Yo!
Yes.
All right, for the people out there that are still in the non-binary fight, who are like, no, this is bullshit. This is backlash to the backlash. That's what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
I am not accountable to mortals. Watch them back the fuck.
Yeah.
Everybody backs the fuck up on that one.
Yeah.
Also, I am what I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor. Like that's what I mean. I started thinking.
I am what I am, and I'm not accountable to mortals.
I am what I am. Hey.
So the friend dressed in a manner perceived to be either androgynous or masculine.
This is just like Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
This is Joan of Arc just
long
putting on
clerical robes. They were most often black, and they wore a white or purple kerchief or a cravat around the neck.
Oh, kerchief.
Like, kerchief.
Yeah.
Like the men of the time did.
Okay,
But they were also a preacher.
But they're also wearing robes.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you're not supposed to be dressing in those long robes.
With no pants on?
That's manly. That's just for, hey, take that robe and wig off. What are you talking to, RuPaul? Fucking Jesus Christ.
RuPaul doesn't wear robes. They wear fancy corsets.
No, but this is back in the time when they would wear the big powdered wigs and everything.
Yeah.
Like the judges and everything.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, is watching somebody like Clarence Thomas be like, no, butch it up. Now, excuse me, I got to dance in my robe. Fuck out of here, Clarence.
Oh, there's so many reasons to hate that guy. The preacher did not wear a hair cap indoors like the women of the era. So a lot of women wore to cover their hair.
Oh, yeah.
But the public universal friend did not. Okay?
Because they were like, that's dumb. I'm an angel. Imagine fighting.
I like that there's so much knowledge about what they wore because people were like, what are they wearing?
No, because this is the controversy of the thing that they can remember.
Yeah.
And these are going to be the sticking points. Like, they're out here like, no, what are they preaching? What do we have what they're
Yeah, well, we'll get there.
Okay.
It's good. It's good
No,
stuff.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so
Yeah.
their message is good.
Yeah.
So then people are going to stick on the dumb shit.
Oh, you're not wearing a lady hat, but when they were outdoors, they wore broad-brimmed, low-crowned beaver hats, the style worn by Quaker men. And I'm saying, that just sounds like a good hat for the outdoors.
The non-binary person's wearing beaver hats. I'm just throwing it out there. This feels very much. Did they have a wolf cut?
Accounts of the friends' quote feminine masculine tone of voice varied. From hearers described it as clear and harmonious, or said the preacher spoke with ease and faculty. Clearly, though, without elegance.
Okay. So they're speaking in plain language to people that they can understand.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're not using flowery language like
Yeah.
some guy who went to Harvard who's coming around the corner being like, no, you must bequeath to me the obsequiousness.
The friend was said to have moved easily, freely, and modestly, and was described as being decent, graceful, and grave.
Okay. Decent, great. All right.
All right.
You can't be all of those things at the same time.
Yes, you can.
Decent, graceful.
The public
and...
universal friend is.
Am I graceful and great? I'm not graceful.
You're not graceful.
I'm
no.
not graceful. I could be graceful though.
You'd have to really try.
I'd have to work at it.
So the friend began to travel and
Grave
preach.
though.
Grave is so funny.
I guess. I mean, but they are from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
There is a graveness to New Englanders.
There it is. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
specifically.
Like that's a New England thing, I want to say.
The friend began to travel and preach throughout Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Pennsylvania, accompanied by their brother Stephen and sisters Deborah, Elizabeth, Marcy, and Patience, all of whom were disowned by the Society of Friends.
So we just have a traveling canceled band.
Yeah.
They're pushing their new scroll.
The
Triggered.
The whole family is just like, listen, wrap it up. We're going out here to these streets.
This is so. What was that show? It's the Partridge Family.
Yeah.
This is just the 1770s, 1780s Partridge Family.
I'd watch this show.
Maybe they have
The public universal friend?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yo, Puff is coming to town.
You said we weren't allowed to call them Puff.
But it's Puff the Magic Dragon.
No,
Puff the Magic Quaker.
Early on, the public universal friend preached that people needed to repent of their sins and be saved before an imminent day of judgment.
Okay.
According to Abner Brownell, the preacher predicted that the fulfillment of some prophecies of Revelations would begin to happen around 1780. 42 months after Universal Friend began preaching this, the New England's dark day happened, and many felt that this was a fulfillment of that prediction. So the New England's dark day occurred May 19th, 1780, when an unusual darkening of the daytime sky was observed over the New England states and part of eastern Canada. The primary cause of the event is believed to have been a combination of smoke from forest fires, a thick fog, and cloud cover. The darkness was so complete that candles were required from noon on through the day, and it did not disperse until the middle of the next night.
Oh, wow.
So the Public Universal Friend had been saying a dark day is upon us for quite a while. They said around 1780. They said around April of 1780. Around April of 1780, a dark day is coming.
They called their shot.
A dark day is coming. And then May of 1780, the lights fucking went out in New England.
Woo.
And it was, of course, because of smoke from Canada, because smoke from Canada fucking always be taking us out.
And we had that. It was 23.
Yeah.
2023. A lot of people it's crazy how many people already wiped this from their memory. It was 3 years ago. I'll never forget because you were pregnant with our baby.
Yeah.
And I was really concerned. But Canada caught fire, and the skies down here was the eeriest skies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We also had never had to deal on the East Coast, particularly, and in Pennsylvania, in the Philadelphia area. We had never had to deal with air quality index before.
Yeah.
It's never been a thing. I know people on the West Coast of the United States, and especially people up in Canada where there are a lot of wildfires and forest fires, who they have to deal with air quality indexes because of wildfire season, which is also more of a newer thing since the 80s because of overdevelopment. But we had one of the worst air qualities in the world at one point.
Yeah.
And so everybody ran out. We all tried to buy air purifiers at the same time. There was all these things that we tried to do. But I can 100% see if some person that was different, that is so different that everyone remembers them.
Yeah.
Was just so you know, on the first half of this year, the skies will turn orange and the radio will tell you to stay indoors, but your boss will make you go to work. And then one day the sky, because it was the craziest. It looked like it looked like Blade Runner 2047.
Yeah.
It was this weird orange. The darkness was extra dark. And I had just quit smoking too. It was 13 days into me quitting smoking, and it just smelled like smoke. Everywhere I turned smelled like smoke. It drove me fucking crazy. My other thing I was gonna say was it might be maybe like the Iceland volcano or one of those.
Oh,
and the wind's blowing in a certain direction. But I guess the trade winds would push that towards Europe.
So the Friend did not bring a Bible to worship meetings, which were initially held outdoors or in borrowed meeting houses, because again, they're just going around to all the different meeting houses.
And they're also banned from a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they preached long sections of scriptures from memory.
Okay.
They memorized basically the whole Bible, or at least their favorite parts.
Yeah, well, that's people used to do that a lot more. People used to really do that.
I have memorized the pout fish.
You have? But go ahead.
No, I don't want to get us copyright claim by the pout fish people. Yeah. Although I'm happy to give them my money.
I'm a pout fish with a pout fish for spreading dreary wearies all over the place.
Blub,
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 blub, blub. Yeah.
You didn't think we were going to bring that in,
I
did you?
didn't think we were going to just randomly throw pout fish out there. What I was going to say, though, is people memorizing big, long books.
Yeah.
That is such a pre-video game thing. It's like some people blame television. For me, it's video games because people memorize whole video games. They do for speed running.
What?
For speed running?
What's that?
It's when you want to beat a video game as fast as possible and you want to be the fastest person to ever beat a video game.
And then what do you get?
Your name on a website or something, I think. A pat on the back and a good job. A destroyed economy and society. A crumbling civilization. People that aren't into bugs anymore.
I love bugs.
But bug people, though. People used to be into bugs.
Yeah, you got to get into bugs.
No, but people that used to be into bugs in a way that was mad different.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look at this bug. Stab. And then they put it into a wall.
They put it into a wall.
People don't. There's a few.
Though there's not enough bugs to do it anymore.
Well, there's also not enough people that do it. People used to do it a lot.
Yeah.
There used to be a whole. Okay, it doesn't matter. But the memorizing books.
Yeah.
So what else were you gonna do?
People memorize books. They
Now you play
memorize-
Balatro. That's what I do.
That's what you do. You play
I
Balatro.
and Slay the Spire 1 because I don't have 2 yet.
What's that mean? You're
It's
just
another
saying
card game.
things.
It's another card game. Okay? People play card games and they collect Pokemon cards now. Back in the day, they used to memorize the entire Bible and then put on a robe and then yell about it in the woods. And then people will go, what's going on over there? That sounds pretty good.
The meetings attracted
Now instead, they can go to crashingouttour.com and see me come live to a city near you. Look at that. I dropped a promo in it.
Let's drop a break right here, too.
Yeah, you know what? Let's drop a break of the promo of the Crashing Outdoor. We just finished a sold-out show here in New York City, and the energy was amazing, Phil.
It was great. You had a chant going. It got weird. It got fun. It got crazy. But we have more coming because we're going to be doing live shows in Seattle, Portland, Boston, Philly, San Francisco, Phoenix, Denver, Atlanta, Chicago, St. Paul, DC, and Pittsburgh.
CrashingOuttour.com. Get your tickets now or check the link in both of our bios. Woo! The summer heat is here, so you need to stay cool and look even better with Quince. Everything from Quince is well made, versatile, and built to last. From activewear to formal wear and everything in between, Quince is high quality at a price that makes sense. Check out Quince's amazing summer lineup. European linen shirts and shorts for classy, casual outdoor parties. Protect golf sets built to take you from the course to dinner, and clean-looking Italian swim trunks for days on the water.
I'm obsessed with Quince. I just ordered a pair of like linen, I would call them culottes, but they're like wide leg, shorter pants. They're so good because it's hot. I need to be breezy, but I need to be covered up because I'm running around chasing that toddler.
And also the thing I love about Quince is that it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
You can go from the office right to a party, or right from a party right to court. If you already love Quince's clothing, check out their premium accessories. Italian leather belts, bags and shoes, 14 karat gold jewelry, even polarized sunglasses for just $50? Quince partners directly with ethical factories and top artisans. No middlemen means you spend 50 to 60% less than similar brands. Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/TMT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. Go to QUINCE.com/TMT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/TMT. Quince.com/TMT. Well, just like the rest of the world, chaos reigns on this podcast. So I'm going to let you get back into talking, and then I'll probably interrupt you again.
We don't need a timer this time.
Okay.
The meetings attracted large audiences, including some who formed a congregation of universal friends.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
All right. I feel what's happening here. Schism.
Making the friend the first native-born American citizen to found a religious community.
Huh.
Yeah.
Look at that. Mm-hmm. Checking it off. To be fair, they're like they're like 3 years into America.
But yeah, they're really early into the technical America.
Yeah, technical America. And by native born, they mean they were born in the land that was a colony when it got converted into a country. And then they said, but also like they're a citizen, but I think they wouldn't have voting rights back then.
No.
Because you had to be a landed white male.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have land when the Constitution was written,
You couldn't vote.
Yeah.
You had to own land to vote.
You had to own land.
They're trying to bring that back too.
Yeah, it was landlords only. White male landlords only type of country.
Yuck. Okay. So these followers included roughly equal numbers of women and men who were predominantly under 40. Hey, the youth vote. The youth vote.
Yep.
It's hip. It's hip. It's young. It's cool. It's new. We love it.
Yeah.
Most were from Quaker backgrounds, though mainstream Quakers discouraged and disciplined members for attending meetings with the friend.
Oh.
So now it's even cooler.
Yeah, you can't tell a Quaker what to do.
Your parents don't want you to go see the public universal friend.
Oh my God.
And the only thing you guys are doing is like farming or going to meetings, you're going to go to the Public Universal Friend
Don't
meeting.
forget reading your Bible.
Yeah, but they already know the Bible. They can tell it to you. You don't have to
front
read
to back. That's crazy.
I just love that the Public Universal Friend is the cool Quaker.
Also, I love the idea of being like, Jebediah, you stay away from that friend. It's like, that's not going to work. Get back to threshing and churning the butter.
The Society of Friends had disowned the friend, disproving of what...
Hold on, let's just sit in that sentence for a minute.
I'm going to read it again.
Yeah, let's just
the Society of Friends had disowned the Public Universal Friend. Okay? For clarity's sake.
They not like us. They not like us.
Disapproving of what they, the society, classic Quakers, considered, quote, pride and ambition to distinguish themselves from the rest of mankind.
Okay, but they respected the pronouns in the thing.
They did.
They're like, they're not good,
But also,
they aren't good.
Pride and ambition.
In June. Pride in June.
Now, free Quakers disowned the main society. Wait. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Free Quakers had been disowned by the main Society of Friends for participating in the American War of Independence.
Okay.
Those Quakers were particularly sympathetic and open to the the Public Universal Friend. So these free Quakers who had fought the War of Independence really liked the cut of their jib. Mm-hmm. Appreciating that the Public Universal Friend had sympathized with the Patriot cause. So the Public Universal Friend started to gather all of these free Quakers who had fought in the war.
Yeah, who many of them would be younger because they fought in the war.
This is the young, cool, hip Quakers.
So they literally are going around being like, all right, let me pick up all the activists that you guys have shed from your institution.
Yep.
And let me just build something over here.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Although the Public Universal Friend identified as genderless, neither a man nor a woman, many writers at the time portrayed the preacher as a woman and either a fraudulent schemer who deceived and manipulated followers or a pioneering leader who founded several towns in which women were empowered to take on roles often reserved for men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, anything a man can do, you can do.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're kind of pushing as they're founding these towns.
Yes.
There's also a time, too, when you could just found towns because there was just...
Yeah.
You'd walk over and be like, hey, I found this hill.
Yep.
Do you want to found a town
Calling
on it?
dibs. Calling dibs on it.
Yeah, what are you going to call it? Puffville.
Damn.
Yeah, Puffville, that's hard.
That's pretty good.
One F, though.
One F. These same writers, so again, we're talking about journalists, newspaper men.
Yeah.
These writers circulated myths about the Friend, saying that they often force their followers who are married to get divorced. They tried to take property or even attempted, and failing, to raise the dead or walk on water. There is no evidence for these stories. And people who knew the Friend... including some who were never followers, said these rumors were false.
Hey, man, stop being a dick to people. Oh, God, look at you trying to walk on water. It's fucking so stupid.
Maybe we should be accepting of people. Boo!
This feels very much like everything the New York Post has written about Mamdani.
Yeah,
it's
factual,
100%.
Exactly.
Hey, if you're a bad landlord, we're gonna seize your property and give it to the tenant.
Oh, you're just gonna raise the dead then?
Okay. All right.
Okay, woke. Popular newspapers and pamphlets from Philadelphia were particularly critical.
Oh no! The Philly Quakers were like, get out of here? I'm literally wearing a Philly...
Not even just the Quakers, just Philly newspapers in general.
I'm literally wearing my Phillies...
I know.
My Phillies shirt.
I didn't even warn you.
You didn't? I was like, I'm going to wear my Phillies baseball jersey shirt.
Yeah.
Because it's warm in here and it breathes well and I feel good.
I love a breathable fabric.
I love a breathable fabric, especially like the ones you can get at Quince. Not to call back to the ad that's already run, but I just want to Oh no, Philly. Why?
So the
city of brotherly love.
No,
They were like,
there it is.
That's what it is. We now have a saying: the city of brotherly, sisterly, and otherly love.
Yeah.
That's how we cover them. All of our bases.
The Philly newspapers became incredibly critical against the Public Universal Friend. They actually talked so much shit in Philadelphia about the Public Universal Friend in the newspapers and pamphlets and whatever, that noisy crowds began to gather outside of each place the preacher stayed or spoke at in 1788.
Wait, they were doing what they do to ice guys at hotels?
Yeah.
Like the friend's just trying to sleep, and they're like, "Go on, get out of here!
Go on now, get."
Why you wearing robes like a man? How dare you wear a button-down black robe? That's reserved for men who wear wigs and powder their nose
And wear
every now
high
and
heel
then
shoes.
show up and who show
High
up-
heel shoes.
high heel buckle
and
shoes,
garters.
high heel buckle shoes and garters to show off their
Manly.
sexy calves. How dare you? How about public universal enemy? That's what you're the pew. We should sit on you like a pew.
Most papers focused more on the preacher's ambiguous gender than on their theology. A shock.
The public universal friend is not for us. The public universal friend is for they, them. That was an ad they ran against Kamala Harris. Here, a lot.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're going to do it against James Tallarico.
Oh, they are?
Tallarico? I never
I
get it
don't know.
right.
Okay.
But no, because they're running the thing they're trying to label him because he's going up against Ken Paxton now.
Yeah.
And they're like, here's him saying that there's maybe 6 genders and God's non-binary. That's why we call him Low T Tallarico.
Low T Tallarico?
It does kind of stick.
No.
They also tried Talafrico.
Talafrico?
Yeah, and Jimmy Gender.
Okay.
I'm like, listen, Ken Paxton won the primary, and then he got up and he was just like, I'm going to try all of them. We'll see what.
Known criminal Ken Paxton?
Yeah. The guy who cucked his wife, who's currently being divorced in the middle of a divorce proceeding because his wife had to sit out of his own impeachment because they had to sit there and explain how many times he cheated on her.
Well, this is not that.
This is not that.
Okay, so the thing is that the Public Universal's Friends' teachings were broadly similar to the teachings of most Quakers.
Yeah.
One person who had read the reports from Philadelphia, but then attended the Public Universal Friends preaching event anyway, had said, quote, "From common report, I expected to hear something out of the way of doctrine, which is not the case. In fact, I heard nothing but what is common among preachers."
Yeah. You guys just don't like it because a non-binary person is saying it. It's literally the old, wait, so what is communism and socialism? Sharing. But you told me to share in school. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah, literally.
It's basically that.
The Public Universal Friend rejected the ideas of predestination and election.
I just realized I'm holding my Philly Bird Gang Yeti.
Yeah, you've never been more Philadelphia.
I've been more Philly right now, and I'm
accidentally.
and I've never been more disappointed in my city.
Well, if there's one thing Philly's going to do, it's going to create a lot of crowd anger.
It's a thing we do. Love a mob.
They love a mob.
Hey guys, hey Mr. Third, put up the few times Philadelphians are happy behind us. That's going to be people.
That's them having a good time.
Climbing greased poles. We do that for fun. They literally do.
And sport. The Italian Market Festival.
The Italian Market
You gotta get up
Festival.
there.
They climb up shirtless men climb up greased poles to pull meat off of it.
To find out who's the winner.
Yep. And then also when we win sporting events, we burn our city to the ground.
Well, it had it coming.
And when things are going good, things are going bad, we complain a lot.
Yeah, we complain.
We complain a lot.
We yell into our phones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of us do. More than others.
Okay, so they held that this is the Public Universal Friends teaching. Okay. They held that anyone, regardless of gender, could gain access to God's light, and that God spoke directly to individuals who had free will to choose how to act and behave. They believed in the possibility of universal salvation. They called for the abolition of slavery. The Public Universal Friend persuaded followers who held people in slavery to free them.
So this sounds like a bunch of woke garbage. We're going to have to push back. Let me go line by line on this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, the big one in there actually is the idea of universal salvation. Believe it or not, that's actually a new idea.
Yeah.
There was a belief, the Catholic Church and others have had the belief that basically it's a thing called predestination. You're going to go to hell because you were deemed hell-worthy before you were born.
Yeah, and then you have to baptize to get out of that jail-free card. A little bit.
But you still are going to sin, and you're still probably going to go to hell.
Yeah.
Only the elect few are actually godly enough to go to heaven. This is where like the Jehovah's Witnesses ideas and others come in, and this is a big fight during the Great Awakening and then the revivals that have happened over time, because there was this whole thing of you're a dirty sinner.
Yep.
And now our view of it has changed from the sin side of it, of you're just going to go to hell or heaven or whatever. Now, through prosperity gospel, that has changed into what your life is like now.
Yeah, is your life hell now? That's your fault for being
because
sinful.
they couldn't push that you have a good life now, because it wasn't good. We were living in the middle of the wilderness. Kids and moms were dying all the time. There was the threat of attack. You were always in the middle of wars. The economy was constantly on the verge of collapse. You had to do so much for yourself.
They're like, but listen, if you suffer through this,
then when you die
at the end,
it's going to be really good when you're dead.
Yeah, and they keep trying to tell us that now. They're like, well, listen, if you follow Jesus or these specific teachings, you'll get a reward at the end. I'm like, it sucks too hard now.
Yeah, it sucks too hard now.
Who cares?
But this is the thing. That's why prosperity gospel has kind of flipped it.
Yeah.
Just to bring it to the modern. And so what they're pushing here, and the idea of gender, this is pushing back against Adam and the Eve at the apple. You know, like there's a bunch of stuff in here that at the time is insanely radical that now we're just like, yeah.
Yeah. So the friend persuaded followers who actually held people in slavery to free them.
Which is crazy.
This is
amazing.
This is a person who they brought them in.
Yeah.
Several members of the congregation of the Universal Friends were black, and they acted as witnesses for manumission papers. I hope I said that right. Do you know what a manumission paper is? I looked it up because
is that like an emancipation paper?
Basically, a manumission paper, also known as deeds of manumission or freedom papers, were legal documents used to voluntarily grant freedom to an enslaved person. These records frequently identified the enslaver, the enslaved individual, and the terms or age of which freedom took effect. Unlike broad government decrees like the Emancipation Proclamation, manumission was an individualized private act usually initiated by a specific enslaver. So the Public Universal Friend, the Universal Friends group, had brought in people, convinced them to free their enslaved people, and then those freed slaves, I don't know how to word this right, the freed slaves began become part of the congregation and then bore witness to the manumission papers to other formerly enslaved people.
Okay.
Did I get that?
I'm a little lost.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I'm a little lost. So
Okay.
what I feel like what you're saying, and you can tell me if I'm explaining this back to you correctly.
Okay.
The Universal Friend preached to white people.
Yes.
Free these the black people that you own because they're people.
Yes.
And you shouldn't do that.
Yes.
And so some of the white people freed the black people.
Yes.
The black people then hung around the Universal Friend.
Yes.
And listened to their preaching. And then when more black people were being freed by white people, the already freed black people bore witness, meaning that they were probably signatories on the piece of paper,
Yes.
stating that that newly freed person is freed. And the thing you also have to keep in mind is those pieces of paper were the most important document that that person held, because if that document got destroyed or lost, they had no proof that they weren't a slave,
Yes.
that they weren't enslaved.
So you needed witnesses?
You needed witnesses, you needed proof, you needed documentation to be able to be stored. And also, mind you, I want you to think about this, because there are people who do want to bring slavery back in this country and world. This ends up being that the last person who owned you is the one who made the decision. It's not being like, you have to hope that you get to a person who then decides that, okay, I'll actually let you live. Because this is like the situation. We're at a time where this is very broken.
Yes.
And very insane. And Pennsylvania did allow slavery around Washington. around George Washington's time, we actually have a place called the President's House in Philly. It's actually very controversial right now because the Trump administration has been removing plaques from the walls. And what the plaques were, and the video screen and a few other things, I went there and I watched them, were about the slaves that Washington brought to Pennsylvania during things like the Constitutional Convention's Declaration of Independence and others. He had to rotate them out and send them back to Virginia every 6 months. Because if they're there for 6 months and 1 day, by being in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, they were automatically freed under state law.
Yeah.
So he knew that. So
knew.
he would send them back. Some of them escaped. A few of them escaped up even further into New England.
Yeah.
And Washington spent the rest of his life writing to them and begging them to come back because he did not, the first president of the United States, did not understand freedom and why someone would crave it. So when you're sitting here and you're watching the 250 celebrations and you're watching our current president claim that all the presidents are amazing, all these things, the first president of the United States did not understand liberty or freedom for all people. Inherently. He believed they had a mental disease that made them want to run away from his patronage as being the good father. And then he also worked because like his wife wanted to free the slaves when she died. It was like written into her will.
Yeah.
Because she was like, okay, well, I'm done with them. So, and he like flipped that and like to keep them longer into slavery. It's insane. The things that Washington actually believed around slavery. And so the fact that you have a person who was like, hey, just so you know, gender is a construct and so is racism.
Yeah.
That's like brain breaking for people because we're still having these arguments today.
250 years later.
250 years later, there's literally court cases of the current government of the United States does not want this taught about the government of the United States. We're currently fighting about this right now.
Is this the most dangerous podcast?
This might be. Well,
They don't want you to know what I'm telling you.
Well, listen, we haven't had Ashley St. Clair on here to repeat things that everyone already knows.
And we're not going.
We're not going to. Because I'm sorry. You can't be an Elon vessel to build his legion via turkey baster.
No.
And then come back to me and be like, oh, did you know that the White House talks to conservative influencers through Signal group chats? Yes.
It was on our episode about the House and Habit.
Yeah,
lady.
it's also very obvious. It's been obvious the entire time. Oh, the entire internet's a psyop. I wonder who covered that. Throw up the Jubilee picture. Anyway, this is about 1789 or whatever.
The public universal friend preached humility and hospitality towards everyone. They kept religious meetings open to the public and housed and fed visitors.
Oh, no, Joel Osteen said no to that. Absolutely not. What if a hurricane came? He needs to get on his jet and hop in his mansion. Or the other really evil one?
The
really evil one with the face when they brought up
with his when
they brought the plane.
When they asked him about his plane,
And he's like, I rebuke you.
I don't know his name. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we'll put Mr. Third's already put it behind us probably.
Yeah, he knows. Including
just real fast. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. I want to hold you off. I just want to just real fast. Thank you so much to Mr. Third for the work you do.
Incredible.
Yeah, we don't
leave this in.
You leave this in. We want this is I know. Look, I can feel your blushing as you're watching this. But the way you pick up references that even we kind of half forgot about, and then you throw in there, what you're able to do, it's so amazing. And we want to thank you.
With what you do with the absolute garbage we send you.
We send you dog shit sometimes, and you cut it together in a way that make us sound sane and not like we forgot very basic words because we're older parents. And we're very sleep deprived, and we live in hell. But hell being the current times.
Yeah.
But just thank you, Mr. Third, and thank you to our Patreons who've been supporting this show and all of our sponsors, so that way we can keep Mr. Third on payroll. So with that being said, let's talk about the Universal Friend some more. I've really derailed this episode a lot.
That's fine. That's kind of the whole point of Too Many Tabs, isn't it?
You know, whenever there's a comment, someone's like, I wish I would stay on topic. I'm like, this isn't for you.
That's never been the mission statement of this
Not
podcast.
every show is for you. Get out of here. But the rest of you stay.
You stay, okay.
I've been doing this a lot.
Okay, can't do just okay. The friend preached humility and hospitality towards everyone. They housed and fed visitors, including those who came only out of curiosity. So, they understood that some people were just coming by because they were reading the newspaper.
Freak show stuff,
And so they still, as soon as you came in, if you needed lodging to stay overnight, you could get it. If you needed a meal, you could get it.
Yep.
Blah, blah. They also were very hospitable towards indigenous people.
Okay.
To whom the preacher generally held a very cordial relationship with. The friend had very few personal possessions. And if they had any, they were given by followers, and they never held any real property except in trust.
Okay.
Okay. The friend preached sexual abstinence and disfavored marriage, but did not see celibacy as mandatory and accepted marriage. So they're like, I don't get it, but if you want to do it, go for it.
I'm going to throw it out there.
Yeah.
The universal friend is an ace. That's just where the universal friend is an ace. That's just what this feels like.
Yeah.
Very much so. The universal friend's like, I don't get it. That's weird. But whenever you do what you do.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But you know what I do get?
What?
These ads. Okay, so before we took that break, we found out that the universal friend is an asexual non-binary, basically.
It seems like it.
At least that's the way that
For now.
For
You
now.
don't know where we're going.
Wow.
We're about to get really feminist.
Oh.
The preacher, the public universal friend, also held that women should, quote, obey God rather than men.
Oh.
Now, this is wild takes out there. This is a wild take for the 1700s. And the most committed followers included roughly 4 unmarried women known as the Faithful Sisterhood.
Okay.
Took leading roles that were often reserved for men in other communities.
Okay.
Right? So the portion of the households headed by women in the society's settlements were much higher than surrounding areas, about 20%. And some women lived in large commune-style housing together.
Oh, so we got a bunch of ladies living together.
Yes, single, unmarried women taking on the roles of men, led by the public universal friend. It's crazy out here.
This is getting very specific. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
A friend. Okay. There was drama inside the sisterhood.
Okay.
A friend named Sarah said that Abigail tried to strangle her while she slept.
What?
But accidentally choked Anna by mistake.
Wait. Okay. You're just throwing names out here, and it's so dark. In these commune houses?
What do you got? The candles are blowing out.
Okay. All right.
Anna denied that anything like this happened. Other people that were present attributed Sarah's fears to a nightmare. They're like, that didn't happen. That was just a nightmare.
Got it. It was your sleep paralysis demon sitting on your chest.
Nevertheless, Philadelphia papers got a hold of the story and printed an embellished version with accusations and several follow-ups alleging that the attack must have been at the public universal friend's approval. And the story eventually morphed into that the public universal friend was actually the one that strangled Abigail.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that it just keeps spreading and shifting and changing. That's kind of like now with the data center stuff. Mm-hmm. I've now seen a flow chart of them trying to claim that any attacks on data centers actually have been funded directly by Xi Jinping and the Chinese Communist Party. So anybody who's anti-data center actually is pro-China in this way. I'm like,
where's my Winnie the Pooh doll?
That's what I'm asking.
So around 1785, the public universal friend meets Sarah and Abraham Richards. Sarah, is in an unhappy marriage, but the marriage ends because Abraham passes away.
Okay.
And
so the husband dies.
Okay. And Sarah and her infant daughter take up residence with the friend.
Okay.
Then Sarah adopts a similarly androgynous hairstyle, form of dress, and mannerisms, as did many of the other close female friends of the public universal friend. Uh-huh. And they came to be called Sarah Friend, so they changed their name to Sarah Friend.
Okay.
The friend entrusted Sarah with holding the society's property in trust and sent her to preach in one part of the country when the friend was in another. Sarah had a large part in planning and building the house in which she and the preacher lived in the town of Jerusalem. And when she died in 1793, she left her child to the Public Universal Friend's care.
Okay. So they were roommates.
They were roommates. So you were wrong.
They were roommates.
Yeah.
Also, it sounds like she was also a deputy in the organization.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were roommates. They were roommates. Also, yeah, there's a, okay. You know what? There's enough there, and I've been doing this long enough. I've been on the internet long enough to know when I know a reference, to know what I can say about it, and to know when I should shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
And this is it right here. This is me. It's like the
Shut
Mark
the
Maron
fuck
bit. I'm 85% woke.
Yeah.
That 15% is when I shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
This
You
is
don't know
me.
what you're talking about.
This is me. I didn't know they had U-Hauls back then.
Wow. Okay. See? In October 1794, the friend and several followers dined with Thomas Morris, son of financier Robert Morris. And I looked him up because I was like, why is this highlighted? He was Robert Morris, the dad of the person they ate with. He was one of only 2 individuals to sign the Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, and the U.S. Constitution.
Okay.
From 1781 to 1784, he held the post of Superintendent of Finance of the United States, a role that earned him the title the Financier of the Revolution, alongside Alexander Hamilton.
Okay.
Morris is often regarded as the founder of the financial system of the United States. Well, buddy, that's over. 250 years later, done. So they ate with the son, Thomas Morris.
Got it.
Now, the place they ate, I cannot pronounce it. It's Canandaigua? That's my guess.
Canandaigua. At the invitation of Timothy Pickering. Now, Timothy Pickering was the 3rd United States Secretary of State serving under President George Washington and John Adams. Okay.
Who you just brought up.
I did just bring up.
So I just really wanted to highlight, the reason I brought this up is that the Public Universal Friend was meeting with power players.
Yes.
People that were really constructing the United States as we know it.
And the Public Universal's friend was there having conversations with people in the orbit of the Founding Fathers and the Founding Fathers themselves.
Yes.
And because they also were probably advocating on behalf of their constituency and trying to show where their influence could be.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And we've never heard of this person.
No.
Literally, I just want to say, sometimes Mrs. P is like, and you've never heard of him. And I'm over here on the side like, well, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
This one, absolutely no idea.
Never heard?
None of them. And apparently Philly hated them. Like, that's crazy. Because
Philly
we usually remember.
journalists hated them.
We usually remember who we hate. So the fact that there is somebody
Dallas, Texas.
Hey-oh.
So, the Public Universal Friends accompanies Timothy Pickering in talks with the Iroquois because they were trying to produce the Treaty of Cantigua, which is also known as the Pickering Treaty, which is what I'm going to refer to it as because it's so much easier for me to say. And so with permission from Thomas Pickering, the Public Universal Friend and interpreter gave a speech to the U.S. government officials and the Iroquois chiefs on the importance of peace and love, which was really enjoyed by the Iroquois. Okay. Now, the Pickering Treaty was, of course, largely dishonored. Everything I looked up about it, we did not hold our end of the deal.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, it's pretty classic British treaty in that kind of way.
Yeah.
American, British, that style thing. I'm just like, oh no, listen, guys, we're going
to honor this.
We're totally
going to
let you have
treat
your
like
land.
people. We're going to treat you guys well. It's going to go great.
Yeah.
Public Universal Friend didn't know that, of course. Okay.
Yeah. This is also at a time when this is much like the United States on the international stage post World War II. Everybody liked to act like it was a born again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, everything that we've done before, that's old shit. We're different.
Yeah.
Oh, no, baby, I've changed, Iroquois Nation. I'm not like those colonists that you were fighting all the time. No. We're the United States now. We believe in like peace and love and like equality for most people who are landed white gentry.
I'm not in the eminent domain. I'm not going to build a data center in your town without asking.
No, oh my God, you have so much bison and buffalo. Man, that'd be so great for you. You're going to be able to live on that. Just keep going over that way a little bit. Just keep going over that way a little bit. Yo, what do you call this place? Michigan? This is nice.
In the mid-1780s, the Universal Friends began to plan a town for themselves in Western New York. So like Western upstate New York.
Okay. I know a non-binary in Western upstate New York. I do. All right.
By late 1788, members of the society had established a settlement in the Genesee River area.
Okay.
By March 1790, it was ready enough that Friends of the Universal Friends set out to join it. So the Friends are on their way.
Okay.
We have a big settlement in New York, and a bunch of the Friends are coming. However, problems arise.
Yeah, it's upstate New York. It's going to be, I'm guessing, lake effect snow.
No, it's a people problem.
People problem!
James Parker spent 3 weeks in 1791 petitioning the governor and land office of New York on behalf of the society to get a title to the land that the Friends had settled. But while most of the buildings and other improvements that the Universal Friends had made were east of the initial line of New York, there was some line outside of New York. So, like, again, this is when the states are just being drawn.
Yeah, we don't even have the full maps
We
yet.
don't have full maps. So when they started this settlement, they were like, we're in New York, but the line isn't right. And so they're like crisscrossing over this line. So we have James Parker, who's going to be kind of the voice of the Friends, going to the governor and the land offices on behalf of the society.
Okay.
And so eventually they get their area granted by New York, but the residents are forced to repurchase their lands from the Pulteney Association. And I had to look this up. The Pulteney Association was a small group of British investors who in 1792 purchased a large portion of Western New York land. So they had to go to this group of British guys and be like, well, can we buy this from you? And they were forced to do this multiple times because they actually the investors were bad at their job and kept having to resell and then have bankruptcies and resell. So they kept having to get this title over and over again because of the line of where New York was.
Got it. And the line and the way the lines and the lots were being drawn versus where you're physically standing. Anybody who's ever had a property line dispute with a neighbor,
Yeah.
you
get this.
You're in hell.
Yeah.
All right. And that's not even counting tree law. All right, go ahead.
Tree law. The community lacked a solid title to enough of its land for all of its members, and some people left because of all of this commotion.
Yeah, because
right?
they're like, where am I going to live?
Others began to want to profit off of ownership of the land, including Parker, because he's working so hard at this point.
Yeah.
And there's this other guy, William Potter, who's also one of the Universal Friends. And these two guys are like, no, we should be allowed to profit off of land ownership. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is that one guy, William Potter, who's a judge, Judge William Potter, Ontario County Magistrate James Parker. So they're becoming.
They're getting titles.
They're getting titles in the community.
Yeah.
Along with several disillusioned former followers, led several attempts to arrest the public Universal Friend for blasphemy. Now, some historians argue that this was actually motivated by disagreements over land ownership and power, and instead of it just being blasphemy.
You know, that's what Trump claims about his falling out with Epstein. Mm-hmm. He claims it was over like a property dispute.
Yeah.
Not over
other stuff.
Yeah.
An officer tried to seize the friend while riding. Okay, wait, I have to backtrack because this is such a funny part of the story.
Just real fast. I'm already stuck on the officer tried to seize that friend. It's crazy.
So basically, the judge and the county magistrate, because they've taken power at this point because they've been working in that system.
They have secular power.
They have secular power. They are gathering up people who are former followers, fallen fans.
They're the worst ones.
Fallen fans. And one of the things is they get some cops of the time, some cops, and they're like, we're going to hunt down the public universal friend to arrest them for blasphemy, okay? Now, they decide they're going to do this just in general public, right? So they're out there. They got these cops riding on horseback.
Yeah, they got a posse.
They're going to seize the public universal friend who's out riding with one of the other friends, Rachel.
Okay.
Now, here's what I told you in the beginning. The public universal friend is equestrian.
Yeah.
They are big into horses and riding.
They know. Yeah.
They're a skilled horse rider.
Yeah, just like Hassan Piker.
Damn it. At least you didn't put up Putin.
All right.
And so they escape easily and quickly. They are like zip zop around, all of them. They ride out. They cannot catch the universal friend, babe.
Yeah. Yeah. Body of a horse girl. That's just how it goes. Mind of Metatron the Archangel or something, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. But just like, oh no, I remember this. I used to ride horses all the time before I died. Snap! Ha!
The officer and an assistant later tried to arrest the friend at home, but the women of the house drove the men off, tearing their clothes from their body, chasing them out of the home.
Oh my God.
So again, remember, the public universal friends live with a bunch of independent women who are not taking any of this shit. A bunch of dudes pretending to be cops, who've self-proclaimed cops, are showing up. Absolutely the fuck not.
That's got... Okay.
This would be such a good movie.
It would be, okay. I'm just picturing these dudes be like, we're going to go in there, we're going to get the friend. Oh, there's just a couple ladies in the way. We got this. Open the door, and it's just like 25 women.
Yeah, women who've been working in the farmland alone.
Just with rollers and pans and nails.
And hoes.
Yeah.
Because they have farm equipment.
Oh, hoes. Okay, got it.
Got
I
it.
thought you meant hoes were among the women.
I would never say that.
I know,
about
but...
the universal friends. Okay, a third attempt to kidnap the public universal friend was attempted and carefully planned. A posse of 30 men surrounded the home after midnight and broke down their door with an axe. I need you to know that if you are in a group of 30 men surrounding a home in the middle of the night with an axe, you are not the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
You are not the good guys. You are not speaking on the voice of any god. Okay, so they break down the friend's door with an axe with an intent to carry the preacher off in an ox cart. Now, within the 30 men, there was a doctor who had come with the posse and stated that the friend was in too poor a state of health to be moved. So they made a deal with the friend and the women of the house that the friend would appear before Ontario County Court in June. And but just not before Justice Parker. That was their only thing.
Okay.
So the women and the public universal friend argued that I will come to court. I will appear in front of your court saying that I'm a blasphemer, but the Justice Parker can't be the judge.
Yeah, because
that's unfair.
Yeah, because he has bias.
Yes, exactly.
He clearly has bias and he clearly has motive. I want
land and property and money.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Yeah.
And what the Universal Friends wants is, all right, listen, I'll go in front of your fucking banana court.
Yeah.
Your bullshit, but you have to have somebody who is nonpartisan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the public, when the friend appeared before court, the court ruled that, again, not Parker, a different court, different judge, ruled that there was no indictable offense had been committed and invited the preacher to give a sermon to everyone in attendance, which they did. I would watch the fuck out of this movie.
Also,
are you kidding me? The judge in this case was like, why are you even here? You
this
did
is the
nothing.
1790s, right?
Yeah.
The 1790s. Like, they just invented the First Amendment.
Yeah.
You know?
And they were like, you know what? You're standing at a podium. Turn it around.
Yeah.
Everybody that's been talking shit to you, preach love, peace, kindness, and humanity. Go for it.
This feels dumb.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
The public universal's friend health had been declining since the turn of the century. By 1816, the preacher had begun to suffer from a painful edema, but continued to receive visitors and give sermons. The friend gave a final regular sermon in November of 1818 and preached for the last time at the funeral of their sister, Patience Wilkinson Potter, in April of 1819. So Patience, ride or die the whole time.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, Sister Patience.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that they got kicked out of the church together, OGs, and then just stayed together the whole time.
Yep.
The public universal friend passed away on July 1st, 1819. The congregation's death book recorded that 25 minutes past 2 on the clock, the friend went from here. That's how they described
That's how
passing.
they went.
Went from here.
The friend went from here.
In accordance with the friend's wishes, only a regular meeting and no funeral service was held afterwards. The body was placed in a coffin with an oval glass window set into its top and interred 4 days after death in a thick stone vault in the cellar of the friend's house. Several years later, the coffin was removed and buried in an unmarked grave in accordance with the preacher's preference. Obituaries appeared in papers throughout the eastern United States. Close followers remained faithful, but they too died over time. The congregation's numbers dwindled due to their inability to attract new converts, and the Society of Universal Friends disappeared by the 1860s. The end.
The end. But the friend's preaching and the seeds that the friend planted in American society, they bloomed.
Yes.
Because things like abolition, universal suffrage, universal salvation, the pushback against racism, the pushback against gender conformity, but also about women being able to get the vote. That took a long, long time.
Absolutely.
But what they started ended up having repercussions further down, even though we don't remember the fact they planted those
and
seeds.
also I think it was really, when I was getting all this information together, one thing that really stuck out to me is like whenever we hear people screaming about how, you know, the woke mob is making this up and this isn't real and blah, 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 blah. And they always go back, this is not what the founding fathers wanted for America. The founding fathers didn't want this, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they always, like, when they're demonizing different groups of people, they're always like, this is not what the founding fathers wanted. The public universal friend shared meals with the founding fathers.
Yeah.
The founding fathers sat across from a non-binary person and respected them and asked them to speak to others on their behalf.
And use their pronouns.
Yes.
But also beyond that, the reason why that is because our history, whether it be American or worldwide, is taught to us when we're very young, and it's taught to us as a very simplified version, and not everyone gets the more complicated version as time goes on. What happens is you get, like, we have a toddler right now. We have those golden books, and we'll be reading through one of the golden book things about like Dolly Parton, right?
Yeah.
That's one example, but there's others that have been in there. And we're reading it, I'm like, this is a very simplified explanation and biography of a person.
Yeah.
It's leaving out all the warts. It's leaving out all the gray. It's leaving out many of the cast of characters. And this is where I got crazy about things like the P.T. Barnum movie.
Yeah.
Because of what the decisions that are made ends up them becoming the quote history. Because we leave out so much to make the story simple for people to understand when they're very young.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes.
But now you're older and you listen to the Too Many Tabs podcast, and I'm going to sit here and tell everybody all about intricate history that is very interesting and important and should not be forgotten.
And we want to say thank you once again to our Patreons for recommending this topic.
Suggesting this.
This is a great suggestion. This is the type of thing we're always kind of looking for. And thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, listening. Go find the information down below about Mrs. P's first ever live event. Check me out at crashingouttour.com. Follow us everywhere at PearlMania500.net. We love you. We'll see you soon.